Hi, I'm Chinn, your director at the Missouri Department of Agriculture. As many of you know, I'm a fifth-generation farmer. We're really lucky in the state of Missouri that right now our governor, Mike Parson, is also a farmer. He understands the trials and the challenges that many of us face in our rural communities. Governor Parson has some priorities that he's asked the cabinet and everyone in the Missouri workforce to help him drive forward. One of those is workforce development. We want to make sure that the next generation entering our workforce has the skills that they need to be successful. Another priority is infrastructure. He wants to make sure that not only our roads and bridges are up to date, but we also have other infrastructure going on. For an example, rural broadband is one of his priorities. He wants to make sure that Missouri has the tools we need to be successful. The other priority of Governor Parson is to make sure that we are one Missouri working together to help Missouri succeed. He's depending on all of us in state government, especially the Department of Agriculture, to make sure that we support him and do what we can to provide the best customer service possible for the citizens of the state of Missouri. For workforce development, Governor Parson drew together a subcommittee of the cabinet to address this challenge. Director Rob Dixon at Department of Economic Development and Commissioner Zora Mulligan at Department of Higher Education led this subcommittee. This is one of the most important challenges facing the state of Missouri and our citizens. Our Missouri economy is growing, but we're not growing at the pace of everybody else in the Midwest. We deserve better for our citizens, and we're going to do better for our citizens. Agriculture's economy, as we all know, has had a tough year, in particular because of the drought we faced in Missouri. Our goal is twofold. We want to get more people into Missouri's workforce. We want to make sure that our kids who are graduating with degrees and certificates stay in Missouri. We want to make that workforce more productive over the next decade. We have the Talent for Tomorrow search. We had over 3,124 citizens who were involved in that process. We gathered around about 100 potential ideas and initiatives, and we narrowed it down to about 16. We're going to increase the workforce size and our productivity in the days going forward. Some of this is going to require state statute changes. Others going to need funding from the legislature, and some of it is just state departments of government are going to have to reallocate the funds that we have and refocus our initiatives to make sure that we are serving Missouri citizens to the best of our ability. To focus on infrastructure, we created a subcommittee of the cabinet that was led by Director Joel Walters at the Department of Revenue and Commissioner Patrick McKenna at the Department of Transportation. We focused on a very broad concept of infrastructure that went beyond just roads and bridges to include rural broadband infrastructure that's so important to all of us in Missouri, not only in our rural areas, but also in the urban areas as well. The cabinet leaders met every Thursday morning to discuss the progress and to give input on these priorities. Our goal was to identify areas of infrastructure focus where we think we can establish some near-term impacts on economic development. That means we want to make sure that we can get results quickly to make sure our economy can grow. We want to make sure that businesses and farmers and ranchers in our rural communities have the tools that they need to be successful. And that means that our state government needs to work for the people to make sure we're helping them move forward and that Missouri is not left behind. Governor Parson and his cabinet is committed to change and improvement. We can and must compete with other states. Missouri needs to be competitive. No longer is it acceptable for us to say, well, we're Missouri, this is how we've always done it. We're as good as any other organization, and we're as good as any other state. We're going to commit to being more transparent about where we are headed in state government. We want to be more customer focused and customer friendly to serve our citizens the way that they deserve to be served. We want to become more efficient, to deliver higher quality impact in a smart way. We also want to be more focused on what we should be doing and scaling back elsewhere. We want to be more accountable so that good public servant performance is recognized. These core values are values that we've always had at the Department of Agriculture, and I'm very proud of the leaders here in the Department of Agriculture, but more importantly, our workforce. Our workforce are our front lines. Our people who work in the field, they interact on a daily basis with the average citizen in the state of Missouri. You are the face of the Missouri Department of Agriculture, and I'm proud of each and every one of you. A year ago, we revealed the department's word cloud, and it showed you the family connectivity that we have here at the Department of Agriculture. Words like family, dedicated, friendly, and agriculture rose to the top for you as our employees. But it also highlighted some of the challenges and the areas where we need to improve. Across all state government, we found some common and deeply rooted challenges. These themes were reported by about 60% of our colleagues across state government. Not all are true for every team, but general patterns do exist. These themes are things that you might relate to and you may not. People felt like they didn't have a good sense of direction onto how they fit into their department or to their team. People didn't see that leadership was listening, that we weren't listening to our employees or our citizens, and we needed to be making a shift to better serve not only our employees, but the citizens of Missouri too. People were not experiencing leadership on a regular basis, and many of our leaders didn't have that one-on-one interaction with their employees. People were reporting that we didn't fairly recognize great performers or fairly recognized low performers either. Our Back to the Basic management agenda is designed to address the challenges that you brought to my attention. Our employees didn't see how they fit in, and so we have been really working hard on role clarity and personal ownership, making sure that each of you know where you fit into your team and to the department as a whole. Our employees wanted to be more citizen-focused, and so we've been capturing external ideas from our citizens, but also from you, our employees. And we're trying to implement those ideas to make your job easier. Leaders weren't inspiring their employees, so because of that, we've offered more leadership training and opportunities for our leaders to learn how to better connect with you and help you do your job. Our performance systems weren't working, so as a result, we threw Perform out the door and we brought in the Engage process where we had those monthly conversations so that you could build a relationship with your team leader and make sure that your concerns were addressed and that you felt how valuable you were to us, because the greatest asset we have at the Department of Agriculture are our employees, and we need to make sure we take care of our employees, and that's exactly what Engage was designed to do. Our teammates are committed to doing their work and making sure that they do a good job. The one fundamental that doesn't vary across the Department of Agriculture is that the vast majority of our employees come to work every day wanting to do a good job and believing in the work that they're doing for state government. One of our employees was quoted as saying, "That's why I stay here, because I do feel a sense of purpose and I enjoy helping others." This is a theme that all of us can relate to. We need to focus on the people and we need to tap into this energy. Our teammates want to see change. They want to make their jobs easier and they want to serve our citizens better. I am very proud of you. Just because you may not see me every day at the Department of Agriculture doesn't mean that you're not important to me and to the team and to state government. We know that employees at the department have always wanted to do more. That's why our more strategic vision is so important. Our more strategic vision is important not only to our farmers and ranchers, but to Missouri citizens and to you as an employee, because we're not going to settle for less. We should never lose sight of public service. From working long hours to getting that important test done for a farmer, you're making a difference. If you're certifying scales so that Missourians get what they're paying for, you're making a difference. If you're verifying that that local elevator can pay back its debt, you're making a difference. If you're engaging in foreign trade relations to make sure that farmers have access to new and important emerging markets, you're making a difference. And if you're working to protect the health of the livestock and poultry industry in the state of Missouri, you're making a difference not only to our farmers and ranchers, but to every Missourian. Everyone on this team is important, and you play a very valuable role. So thank you for your dedication to Missouri agriculture, not only from me, but from Governor Parson. He appreciates the dedication and the loyalty that each of our team members has, not only to the department, but to the citizens of this state. By focusing on your job and how you can do it better and how you can be a leader within the department, we will unlock the potential across not only the Department of Agriculture, but all state government. We are one team united. If you see a way that we can be reaching across state government lines to work with another agency or to work with the legislature, please let us know. We want to hear from you because no idea is a bad idea. We want to make sure that you feel that you are doing everything you can within your ability to serve the citizens of Missouri as best as you can. Thank you.